Have you ever wondered how some business outperform the competitors? Today, we will reveal the secret. Business consulting. We are the team Cuba Libre, and today we are going to talk about business consulting. According to the author Christopher Shamond, consulting is a professional service that gives experts advice and guidance to organizations. It's focused on helping companies improve the performance of problems and achieve their strategic goals. Consultants brings specialized knowledge, skill, and experience to identify opportunities, develop strategies, and implement solutions.
Consulting is divided into different categories. The first one is business consulting, which is defined as the implementation of psychological principles and research in order to improve the effectiveness of an organization, addressing issues as human behavior or organizational structures and leadership, with the goal of enhancing performances. Business consulting has different purposes. The first one is problem solving, which is identifying and addressing a challenge. The second one, we have a strategy planning, which is the development and the implementation of a strategy. The third one, we have process improvement, which helps to reduce costs or either maximize income. Then we have change management. It's when they guide through transitions in a company. Fifth one, we have leadership development. It helps to improve and enhance the skills of the leaders in the company. And finally, we have market analysis and entry, which helps the company to understand the market and the needs of the customers. Business consulting has 6 different approaches. The first one is diagnostic approach. That is the thorough assessment of a current state. Then there's the collaborative approach, when there is an active client involved in the consulting process. After that, there's the expert approach, which is providing expert knowledge and expertise. Also, there's facilitative approach, which is empowering the clients to find their own solution. Change agent approach is also one of them, which is driving and managing organizational change. And finally, there's behavioral approach, which addresses the human element in an organizational change.
Internal consulting can be defined as a type of consultancy service provided by the company's own employees. This means that they capacitate them, they train them, they open their own consulting department in the business, so they don't need to get an external consultant for their projects. This could be a little bit cost effective and short terms, and specifically in certain problems, because we're talking about co-workers, so they need to complete a schedule, working time, so they have availability for our projects and our own business. At last, I gave you here a little definition that Christine Niederach tells us about internal consulting. She says that consulting units which are submitted to the decision of the subordinated corporator board and they are legally separated and active in external markets. This means that our internal consultants doesn't need to work all the time in our company. If we have spare capacity, we can offer them into the market for them to gain a profit to our company and for them. Now let's talk about the ups and downs in internal consulting. First of all, the advantages. The first one is deep knowledge. This means we as internal consultants know where to find the information, know which department we need to talk to, where we need to talk to, and where we can find them. So it's easy for us to gather all the information we need to start our consultancy service. The second one is immediate flexibility. Because we're talking about co-workers, workers that are in our company, they need to get a schedule, they need to build it, so we have a little bit more of availability. We don't depend on external consultants, so they maybe have projects and stuff. We don't think about it because we have our own co-workers. The third one is long-term cost. This means, like we said at the beginning, its initial cost really high, so we need to have a little advantage. Let's talk about the future. Just like we said in the previous one, we're gonna have co-workers for us to work, so they have a little bit more availability and other projects that we need in the future, so we don't need to get another external consultant. And the last one in advantages, we have confidentiality. This means that the information stays in the business. So it's not usual for us to have filtrations to other business. It's not likely to happen. As a disadvantages, the first one we got its initial cost. Just like we said, we're talking about a really high cost. We need to train the new co-workers. We need to hire them. We need to promote them, and even at that, we need to invest in the infrastructure for them to properly do their job. And the second one is bias and limitations. They don't know a lot about the other industries, so we have a little bit more of limitations there. They don't work as efficient as an expert in those industries, so that's a point in there. And the last one, it's lack of a specialization. A little bit more of the same. Maybe we are a technology empress, and we are trying to get into a new market, a touristic market, industrial market and stuff, and our internal consultants won't be prepared if we don't prepare them enough for those type of projects that we need. We're probably gonna need another external consultant that's more efficient or more professional in that type of terms. And as for that, I think it will be about internal consulting at all.
Personal consulting. This type is about individual needs. It's when someone needs help, such as career coaching or a personal development. This type of consulting also they give you the tools, options or methods, but you are the one who decides if you're going to use them or not. And some examples can be a nutrition, a psychologist, or a gym coach.
External consulting refers to the provision of advisory service such as risk assessment, improvement of control and a service process provided by external auditors or consultants in order to complement or improve internal audit and facilitate decisions based on evidence with a company.
Okay, now let's talk about consulting process and the parts that it involves. The first one is proposal and development of sales. So we need to convince our client that the consulting process is necessary. We need to tell them about the things that they can improve and stuff just before we do the diagnosis. The second part is information gathering. We need to gather all the informations, maybe like financial statements, maybe things that we could do. I don't know, maybe satisfaction of the clients if they have a tested or something. We need to gather all the information for us to be able to do the service properly. The third one is diagnosis. With all the information we got, we need to like see the flaws, the ups and downs of the business, to tell them to propose a solution for those flaws, improve the quality of the people that works in there, and not only that, to improve profits as well. The fourth one is recommendations. Just like I said, recommend things that goes with the diagnosis we did. Maybe we found a flaw, we can say give them a solution about it so they can implement it. Fifth one, it's with our solutions. We just don't do a lot of technicisms. We need to use communication, effective communication, that our business can and understand what we're saying, understand the plan, and not falling in maybe some doubts and stuff. The sixth one, it will be transformational leadership. This means we need to guide our client. We need to tell them what to do specifically, like given a plan for them to be able to implement it into the business, so they can get all the profit that we are recommending, or all the solution that we just did before. They can implement it in their business. The seventh one, it's mission piloting. What does this mean? We need to gather all the things we did and put it in a small like effort, like in a small area, so we can minimize the damage if our solution doesn't work, that it should work, but if it doesn't work at all, we need to test it small scale before to releasing it into a full scale. The eighth one is experience capitalization. What does this mean? It means that we need to acquire all the knowledge that we got by this project, take it, keep it for future projects and for future businesses. Ninth one, it's career development. It goes along with the last one. It's like you need to be an expertise. You can maybe acquire all this experience on a certain type of projects, maybe a certain type of industry or technology industry, touristic industry, and you can be known in the market as an expert into that. The last one, it's consulting activity development. Maybe we are experts and maybe we have known all the market. Maybe you are working as a business as an internal consulting. We don't know. You can like establish a consulting practice or working as an independent consultant. That's like the things that you could do as a business consulting. That will be all about consulting process.
In conclusion, consulting is a professional service that offers expert advice to improve organizational performance and solve problems, as well as data collection and implementation of solutions, adapting to the client needs to generate continuous improvements.